Imagine reading a book that can tell you everything about content creation. I think there's a lot of books out there that can help you with it. In this video, I'm gonna show you my top 10 books for content creators. My name is Trui and I make streaming support videos. Stream smarter, not harder. But before I begin, I stream every Tuesday and Friday, 8 PM Central European Time on twitch.tv/Trui. Let's start out with saying that these books are pretty heavy, so I'm gonna just put them down somewhere. The books that I've chosen are not all about growing on Twitch or growing on YouTube, but they are all helpful for you as a content creator. And I'm gonna tell you why. Let's start off with this book, Twitch, Creating, Growing, and Monetizing Your Livestream. This book is written by Danitich and Sabra, and it's basically everything you need to know about Twitch itself. Huge thanks to the authors for giving me a copy of it so I could read it for you guys to find out if it was something to promote. I'm actually very happy that I did, because a lot of it feels like an actual learning book, like a book you get on college. It even looks like one, look at that. I don't know if you can see, but like the chapters and everything, they just feel so much like an actual college book. I have to note that some things in here are a bit outdated. They're talking a little bit about the Twitch profiles, and obviously they recently changed, so that's why some of the things are outdated, but there's a lot of information in here that's still very much relevant. There's a huge table of contents in here, so what is in here is like, what is Twitch, just the history of it, your channel settings, which that part is a little bit outdated because it's talking about the old Twitch profiles. The basics, what you need for hardware and streaming software. It's talking about like Twitch stats, tools and features, Twitch communities, your safety, because you know, like you're online and exposing yourself. And for those who want to make it as a career, they're also talking a little bit about brands and how you can get sponsorships. So I feel like this is the college book on Twitch. If Twitch was a study somewhere on a college, this would be definitely a book that I would have on that study. I will leave a link where you can buy this book underneath in the description, and I will do that for all the other books as well. Again, huge thanks for sending me copies so I could review it and see if it was something for you guys, because I only want to promote things that I actually believe in, and I really think this is a great book to read if you want to get into Twitch streaming. It's such a mess here with all the books. The next book I have here is Ninja's book, Ninja Get Good. I would mostly recommend this book to people that are new to gaming. It's mostly talking about what the tactics in gaming are and how you can get a good gaming setup and stuff like that. If you're not a gaming content creator, this is probably not something for you. If you have been gaming for quite a long while, this is also probably not something for you. But if you want to learn more about gaming and you just gotten into it, pick this one up. As a content creator, you're building a community, and with a community, you need a place to meet your friends and talk with them. For Twitch streamers, that can be in chat. For YouTubers, this might be in the comment section. But to make a real connected group of people, you probably want to think about Discord. Therefore, I highly recommend this book, Discord for Dummies. It's written by T. Morris, and thank you so much T. Morris for sending me a copy of it, again, to read it through and check it out and see if it's something for you guys. It's a really in-depth guide on Discord, how you can set up your server, but also which microphone should you use, which webcam should you use, how to just do everything on Discord basically, and how to make Discord part of your routine. And T. Morris, if you're watching this, I really liked the little note you left here in the book for me. So if you want to learn more about Discord, I highly recommend checking out this book. It's underneath in the description. I forgot to get myself some water, but I got really thirsty from this weather, so cheers. It doesn't matter if you're a streamer on Twitch or if you're a content creator on YouTube making videos. For both of you, I do recommend making YouTube videos. Of course, if you're making YouTube videos, you're already doing it. But if you're a Twitch streamer, definitely go make some YouTube videos, because this helps you get more people into your Twitch stream as well. Therefore, I recommend this book, YouTube Secrets. It's made by Sean and Benji. They're both big YouTubers and they're teaching things about YouTube. That does kind of sound familiar to me. So in this book, they just tell you everything you need to know about YouTube, amplifying your message, and just getting a brand that people like and want to follow, well, subscribe to. They're also following it then, because you're following a brand. But, you know, subscribe to your channel. Hey, this is a pretty good hook to ask you guys to subscribe to my channel if you're getting value out of this. And yes, that was a reference to Sean. But if you're sitting there and you're a Twitch streamer and you're like, I don't really want to make YouTube videos, I do recommend you do this. If you start doing it and you start growing on YouTube, you will thank me later. I know a lot of you have troubles with setting goals and just working towards your goal. Therefore, I have this book, The One Thing. This book basically learns you how to set a goal and work towards it, and not get distracted by everything else. It helps you focus on that one thing that you want. Because we're all getting so distracted in life with all the things we think we need to do, but this book will tell us what we should be doing instead of what we think we should be doing. Then we got this book, You Are Not Your Stream by Casey Screens Back. Again, thank you so much for Casey for sending me this book. I really appreciate you guys and that you give me the chance to read your book so I can see if it fits for my audience, because I just think that's really important that I read things first and that I go through the information for you guys first so we can have valuable content on this channel. But this book, guys, is something different than you would expect. It's not just a book about streaming, it's a book about mental health of streamers. It's focused on Twitch streaming, but if you're a YouTuber, there's a lot of things in here that might help you too. If you're not growing on Twitch and you're frustrated, that has the same effect, it's the same feeling as being stuck on YouTube and not being able to grow on YouTube too. So that's why I think this book is both good for streamers as it is for YouTubers. Outside of realizing that it's okay and you are worth something, there's also a lot of exercises in this book that can definitely help you out. I mostly hope for those of you that think that they're worth nothing and their content is worth nothing, that after reading this book and doing the exercises, you know that you can deliver value to people and that you're worth it. I got a link for this book in the description down below. If you've been watching videos where people explain how you can grow your content, they probably have been telling you to be unique and be something different than other people, and that might be pretty hard to understand and to bring in action. Therefore, I have this book called Purple Cow. It's pretty funny because I love cows and, you know, Twitch purple. I also had this period on a high school where I only wear purple because I thought if I only buy purple clothes, then they will always match together. I love my purple trousers. But aside of me just liking purple and cows, this book is actually a pretty good book. It's written by Seth Godin. Seth Godin is somebody who wrote a lot of marketing books and he's just some marketing god. But what this book is about is basically how you can stand out, how being different is a good thing, and how you don't even have to be different in a good way to stand out. If people leave reviews, they either leave reviews because it was exceptionally good, but they also leave reviews because it was exceptionally bad. And this book is about being different and exceptional. Just read it, you will understand what I'm saying after reading it. It's also pretty thin, so if you hate reading books, well, you know, it's only, what is it? It's only 144 pages. I've got dyslexia, so I love that. Because I wanted to make this episode where I show you guys books that are nice for content creation and where you can learn a lot from, I had to read all of these, and with my dyslexia that was kind of a pain. But because I want to learn too, I've actually set this huge goal of me reading so many books, and I ordered so many because I thought if I order them, I need to read them, right? I need to commit myself to reading them if I order them. So if you're watching this video and you haven't ordered one of these books yet, I highly recommend ordering them because that really helped me to start reading, because I already threw that money into those books. I just had to commit myself now. I couldn't go back because then I wasted my money and I had to admit that, you know, I was a failure. So that's why I recommend buying these books. But you have to start reading them too, of course, but that is the first step to getting to read them. Again, underneath in the description, there's links to all these 10 books. I made it super easy for you to get there. The next book is Build Your Dream Stream. Okay, I don't actually have that in my hands. I can't show you because it's a digital book. And, you know, I could have, like, I guess printed it all, but, you know, I'm not gonna waste that paper. This is the book written by Ashley Christ, and in this book she basically explains how she gotten from 0 viewers to over 75 and what she did to surpass these categories, these points of getting stuck. So for example, a lot of people have troubles to get over the 15 viewer mark. Then she explains how she did that, how she got over the 15 viewer mark, how did she get over the 30 viewer mark. She basically just shares her story about how she grew as a Twitch streamer. And for those of you who are YouTubers and are like, oh, but this book is about Twitch streaming, there's still some things in here that you can learn as a YouTuber and implement into your YouTube videos instead of just having them to be in your stream. For example, building a brand and how you can niche down. There's also a workbook with it that has a lot of exercises to find out what makes your brand unique. And it's definitely something you need to do as a YouTuber as well. I know there's some of you watching it now and you are not really motivated and you're watching this video and you're like, yeah, look, I'm doing something because I'm watching a video, but I don't really want to do something, so, you know, I'm not actually gonna read any of these books, and, Trui, I mean, thank you so much for making this, but I'm just using this to waste my own time, because I don't want to actually get to work. For you guys, I've got this book, which is called Crushing It from Gary Vee. I'm just gonna call him Gary Vee, because his last name is just way too hard, I can't say that. He talks about how you can be a great entrepreneur, and as content creators, that's what we are. We're making our money differently than from just having a 9-to-5 job. We're selling content. We're also freelancing next to it, probably, but, you know, that's also being an entrepreneur. It also talks a bit about social media and YouTube and podcasting. It doesn't talk about Twitch streaming yet, but I believe that he just started Twitch streaming as well, so maybe in his next book. And if you've never heard of Gary Vee, this guy is the legend of entrepreneurs, so make sure to read this. And then the last book I have for you guys is not the least one because it's about storytelling. And at the first glance you might think like, storytelling? Trui, what are you talking about? That's for comedians or people on stage. But we are people on stage, but then in front of a camera. We need to have a story and we need to be prepared to tell it. So this book, long story short, is all about telling a story. Getting comfortable with telling a story, but also, how do I make my own stories? What are good stories, what are bad stories, and how can I figure out the difference and how to bring a story? And I definitely like how Margaret wrote this one, because after reading it, I just felt like making stories and just telling stories to people, and I just got more motivated to come up with good stories to tell on my stream and to make a good story out of my YouTube videos. Like I said before, I will leave a link to all the books underneath in the description so you can pick them up very easily. Please do not get lazy on this one and actually read through them. Like I said, the first step is ordering them, the second step is reading them, and I promise you there's a lot of great information in these books. And if you don't like reading books, I'm dyslexic and I read them all. So no excuses on this one, guys. Recently I got into the Twitch front page and it was so much different than I expected it to be. If you want to hear my story about being on the Twitch front page, come with me to this video right here and I will see you there.